Okay, so the first step is you turn your fire on. You have your wok there. I use a wok because it's not frying, it's not sauteing. It cooks the food perfectly, giving it the consistency that it needs. So here's my coconut oil. I try not to use utensils other than wood. Sometimes I have to, but in any event, you let the water dry up from the heat, and then you place your coconut oil in. You let your coconut oil get hot, and then once that's hot, you apply. Usually I do my onions and scallions first. I do each thing individually, and then at the end I mix them all together. So step 2 is the process of my onions, which I have to clean and then cut, and we'll go on from there. Okay, so what I did was I sliced up a half of one like this. I put it in my salad spinner, which conveniently has a crack on it because somebody in my house dropped it on the floor. But anyway, I have 2 of them, so I always have a backup. So I slice the onion at each end like this. And then I cut it into 4s. 1 4 is already in there. And then I peel it. Then I slice it. I soak it in here with water and vinegar. And then slice them in half again. And then come back to when I'm ready to put them in my wok, okay? So right now, we're ready to put the onions in. Always, when you heat up the coconut oil, do it on a very low flame because the oil is very thin and it's not filled with garbage to basically smother it, and it will get hot fast. So here I have, okay, never do that with a little bit of water with onions, but I have my 2 onions sliced up sitting in my piece to my salad spinner. Be careful when you put it in. I've been doing this forever, so that doesn't scare me. Put it in, with the oil not so hot. Don't want anyone to burn it. So shake it up a little bit. Now, if you want, you can put a cover over it, leave it open just a slight bit so that it gets some air. You let that cook until the onions start to get brown. You can add some water. I always use my shungite water. Here's my arsenal, just some of it, part of it, half of it. I use shungite water for everything cooking because it's just a healthier way to go. So these onions are going to cook, and I'm going to get back to you on what we're going to add with the onions and go from there. Okay, so now the onions have been cooking for about 10 minutes. The oil is dried up, so I'm going to slowly put in a little less than half a cup. Again, be careful because you can get burnt by hot water or popping oil. So do it slowly. Put about a half a cup of water. Then stir it up. Okay, so the onions have been cooking already about 10 minutes. Initially, you learn by eye. When they're done, they're soft. I like mine to get brown. The water dries up. They should be done. Sometimes I let them cook longer because, again, I like them brown. So it's up to you how you like your onions. Onions are my staple to every meal. Rice used to be, but I barely touch rice. Onions, the health benefits are amazing, mainly because of the quercetin that are in onions. But we'll get to that at another day. So you do this. You probably add water a couple more times. Let it cook. Each thing should take anywhere from, I say, 15 to 25 minutes to fully cook. So on to the next thing. So we're back to the vegetable again. I already cleaned everything off, rinsed them well. My peppers, I only use yellow or orange or the green jalapeno peppers. I never use red or green. Green because they have lecithin in them, and the red because they don't digest well. So you cut off each end, and then what you do is you cut it open. You cut out all the seeds and the stems here. I'm just going to show you quickly because I don't want all the time to be on just cutting. Then you can cut them like this if you like. Sometimes I cut them in half like that to make them easier to chew. Okay, so that's it for the pepper. Then now we have the carrots. I already sliced them for the sake of getting through this quickly. With the slicer, you cut off both ends first of all. That goes in the garbage. And then you take your slicer and or your peeler, and you do like this over a trash can to get that first skin off. Now, I usually use my slicer, which cuts them into nice long thin chunks, but for the sake of showing you how simple it really is, you just keep doing this. You slice them up like that, and then usually what I like to do is take them like this and just cut them in half so they cook faster and easier. Then we have our celery. Celery, I cut like this into 3 long bars, maybe sometimes 4, and then 1, 2, and 3. They cook a little bit faster. Once that's all done, then I rinse it one more time because I'm nutty like that. Then I take the onions out, and then I put these into the wok to cook separately. First I do the carrots or the celery or the peppers. I don't put them together until the end when everything is cooked. So we'll address the next issue. Now I've added the yellow and orange peppers with the carrots and celery. For the sake of getting this done sooner than later, I've mixed them all. I usually cook them separately because the celery has a different consistency than the carrots when they're thin sliced, and the peppers are small and thin, so they cook very easily. But see, here's my onion. They are what I consider to be done. I like them that way. So now we let these cook, and in about 5 to 10 minutes, we add some water. Okay, so I decided to make some rice. I was conflicted whether I was going to make organic vegetable lo mein, but I decided on making my vegetable burritos. So I have my 2 cups of basmati brown rice. So I'm going to dump it in my little strainer here so that I can rinse it. You see? Rinse it very well. And then I'm going to put it here in this bowl like so that it can drain. And then once my water boils, I will put it in my pot of water. For rice, I'm using 2 cups of rice to 4 cups of water, but that's to feed more than one person. Smaller would be better if it's just you or one other person, like 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. It's always double the water than the rice. So hopefully this is helpful. And this is the finished result. I already mixed everything together. I'm waiting on the basmati brown rice to finish cooking. Going to mix some rice with vegetables and wrap it in a burrito. And I'll be back. Okay, now we have the burrito with the vegetables and rice. I usually don't put rice, but I'm trying to make these burritos last a little bit longer. Vegetables. Then I roll it and I fold it at each end. Pick it up from the bottom and I place it in a frying pan that I have coated with coconut oil. Here is some already cooking, and I let it brown on each side, and then voila, we are done.